What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our PAX East coverage. I'm Troy with GlitchFeed. We are here with 11-Bit Studios and Karol.
Hello.
Showing off This War is Mine. This
War
of Mine.
Excuse
me.
So
close.
Well, you're not the first one, so don't bother. Yeah.
This War of Mine.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we absolutely love the game. We are
I'm glad to hear
fans
that.
of the game. What are you guys showing off today? What do you guys got coming up for This War of Mine?
Actually, we are showing the latest version of the game, which is like 1.2. But the cool thing is that we are just announcing the new update that is coming up in the next few weeks. It will bring a lot of new stuff, so new characters, new locations, new gameplay modes. So even if you spend like 20 or 30 hours in the game, you will be still able to find new stuff for you. So if someone wants to return the game, that's the good moment to pick it up. Sure. Actually, we are also working right now on the tablet version of the game. So in 2 months, you can expect the iOS tablets and Android version of the game. So if you haven't a chance to play because maybe you don't own the laptop that can run the game, you'll be able to do it in not so soon from now on. Actually, so we would love to show our next project actually, because thanks to the success of This War of Mine, we are already working the new game. It's totally different from This War of Mine, so I can't disclose too much at the moment,
sure.
But I can tell you it will be really good and cool.
Really great. Well, yeah, tablet interface is fantastic. The first thing I thought when I was playing this game was, this would be perfect on a touchscreen. This would be great.
It was a part of the plan.
Yeah. Well, it's been fantastic. I'm glad that you guys have had great success. You've been able to do that. So, what's the kind of the timeline for this 1.3 update? I would say.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's like 6 to 8 weeks. So probably it will be something about April. We are almost done with the content, but we do some bug fixing and final polishing because we want to deliver the proper stuff.
Absolutely.
And obviously it will be for free. We don't do any paid DLCs, so
great.
Anyone that has already paid for the game can enjoy it.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk a little bit about the inspiration for the title. Obviously, it's totally different than anything we've got on the market right now. Can you talk a little bit about what kind of got the company to that point, to This War of Mine?
So some brainstorming and stuff, and one of us came up to the article of the guy that actually survived a year in the besieged Sarajevo, like 15 years ago, and we were struck by the story of that guy, and suddenly we realized that when you think about games, movies, and books, usually you see the war from the perspective of the soldier, right?
Sure.
So if you play some FPS shooter, then usually you're the good guy fighting the bad guys, fighting for freedom, democracy, and stuff. Right. And we realized that actually during a normal conflict, soldiers are 5-10% of people involved. The rest of them are civilians, and actually soldiers are prepared because they have weapons, they have base and stuff. So they after shooting they go back to the camp and just sleep.
Right.
And people are left in the city and they have to struggle. So we said, let's do it. So we spent some time figuring out if we can handle that idea in a proper, respectful way, because that's a very hard topic.
Absolutely.
And we didn't want to disrespect anyone. And when we realized that we can do that actually, then we started to do a lot of research. So we reached to the people that actually survived in Sarajevo. We reached the people that survived in Iraq and Syria. We talked with some veterans, and we gathered the real image of war. Not the one that we see in the movies, but actually the one that actually how it is out there. And we said, okay, so now when we had the idea, let's just find out the mechanic that can handle that, and that's how the game came up.
That's fantastic, because it does deliver very, very emotionally driven message.
Yeah.
I think it was, as we were saying before, no other game has made us feel bad while playing it, but also wanting to keep playing.
Some people say it's like the saddest game ever, but actually that's how the world looks like.
It's exactly it. It's real. It has a real feel to it.
Absolutely. One of the biggest achievements for us is that when we were almost done with the game, we were kind of afraid that it's not about fun. Well, usually people think that okay, game should be fun. I should be able to enjoy it after my work or school, but that's not that type of the game. So we showed it to some people. Actually, the reception was really good because it seems so that people are eager right now to look for the games that deliver different things. And what was even better for us is that we also reached to the people to those survivors I mentioned, and they played it and they told us that finally someone decided to show the real image of war, the respect, but that was the topic that was missed because everyone was too afraid to touch it, and we did it, and they were happy about it because for those people it's hell, some of them never really recovers from war, and that's what we are showing in our game.
That's great. All right, well, I appreciate all the time you've taken with us. I love the game. We are all fans of the game, so I'm glad to see that it's allowed you guys to actually do something a lot more, a lot bigger.
We're gonna even more, so if you stay tuned to news from 11-Bit Studios, because we have a lot of new stuff to deliver, and actually we have some cool charity thing starting next week, so probably we will have some DLC. I can't tell too much
about it.
But actually, we'll do because we really try not just to make the game, but also help some people. So we are in the close cooperation with World Charity, which actually helps the real kids that suffer, in Africa, Middle East, and we do a lot of stuff for them called Money, and we have a great DLC that will actually, tell something about it and try to help those people, but you'll have to wait
Very
a few more days to learn
Where
more.
can we find you? Where can we find 11-Bit Studios? Where can we find this War of
Actually,
Mine?
the best place is Facebook, so obviously This War of Mine on Facebook and 11-Bit Studios. That's the place where you can find all the news concerning all of our games.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to meet with
man.
us. We really appreciate everything you guys have done.
Okay, thanks, man.
This is Troy signing off from PAX East 2015.